Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bowl t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. You're in the game for the next 30 minutes or a fraction more. Thousands all over the world are dressed out, and yet only one man is ready to start. He played with Garnett and the Minnesota Timberwolves, with a career that started with the Indiana Pacers and earned the NBA Head Coach of the Year with the Toronto Raptors. You hear him on Sirius XM Radio and saw him on NBA TV. And now, get the buzzer ready. Start the clocks. Blow the whistle. Right now, it's time for former NBA head coach In the Game with Sam Mitchell.
In the Game. I'm your coach, Sam Mitchell. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday, the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the In the Game Network. Nadi, I'm here today with my board ops guy, Nadi, who, a.k.a. better known as James Harmon, his Christian name that his mother gave him that he refuses to use. So for now, I'm not going to disrespect people and call them by the name that they choose, even though it wasn't the name chosen for them. So here today with Nadi. Nadi, we got some.
My mama cool with you calling me Nadi.
Okay. Now we bring our mama into the game. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't fight that. I don't get into that mama thing now, because I've seen too many people get knocked out.
Right.
Talking about and joking about people mamas and stuff. But all I'm going to say is that your mama named you James.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call you James. Okay. Now you got a problem with that? Take it up with your mother. But I'm going to call you by your Christian name. But anyway, we got some news, man. We got some news. Shedeur Sanders right now still listed number 4 on the depth chart with Cleveland. It was announced that Joe Flacco is not only going to start the last preseason game, he's going to be the opening day starter, 40 years old. Now, we know Joe Flacco is a good quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Baltimore Ravens, 10, 12 plus years ago. And I understand the thought process, but now this is where I push back. For what? Okay. I get when you've had a career like Peyton Manning, John Elway, Drew Brees, who else? Tom Brady. I get when you're close to 40, Aaron Rodgers, when you've had a Hall of Fame career,
right,
where you've been in the conversation as the best quarterback in your era or the decade or in the history. Those guys have been mentioned in those conversations. I get rolling the dice with Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I get rolling the dice with Peyton Manning in Denver. I get all those other names. What I don't, 40-year-old quarterback in Joe Flacco, who, won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl, had one of the greatest Super Bowl runs of all time.
But more seen as a game manager, not as a star quarterback. Look, I get it. If Joe Flacco was 34, 35, no problem. He's 40.
Right.
So this is my thing. The Cleveland Browns are not winning the Super Bowl. The Cleveland Browns in the AFC. So look at the team. Excuse me. Look at the teams that the Cleveland Browns going to have to go through. Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Baltimore,
Yes.
Buffalo,
Yep.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Yes.
I mean, do I need to name any more than those 5 teams right there?
You don't
Do I
have
need to get deeper? We can. Then you start looking at the Chargers.
But you looking at
Hold up,
teams
throw the
based on,
Chargers.
on the past. The NFL is a league that always moves forward. We gotta look forward.
Okay, looking forward. A lot of people think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be better than they were last year. I don't know. They won 15 games last year.
15-1. It's gonna be hard to be better than that.
People think the Buffalo. People say Baltimore got the best roster in all of football.
I can't disagree with that.
Offense and defense. And you got a 2-time MVP quarterback,
3
Lamar
times.
Jackson.
3 times.
Well, I thought he's only won 2 MVP. He didn't win it last year. Remember?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't win it.
Okay, so
the guy in Buffalo won it.
Okay.
That's right. So he's 2-time MVP. Now, a lot of people think he should have won it last year. But again, Josh Allen, it's kind of hard to argue against Josh Allen when you look at the type of quarterback he's been, type of quarterback he is, and things that he's done.
Right.
My point is this. You got all these teams that are ahead of Cleveland. And now we're talking about Cleveland, and you were saying this off air. Cleveland is thinking about keeping 4 quarterbacks.
I've heard
then
rumors.
what do you do?
Adam Schefter reported that.
Now, what do you do when Deshaun Watson come back? Because at some point in the next 6 to 8 weeks, he's going to be healthy. You're still paying him a boatload of money.
Right.
And let's be honest, the most talented quarterback may be still Deshaun Watson.
It's possible.
When you think, look, okay.
All that's possible.
If you go back to when Deshaun Watson was in Houston, before all the things came out with the women, Deshaun Watson was listed above Lamar Jackson.
I had him 1 or 2.
Thank you.
It was him and Pat Mahomes.
They had him listed above Josh Allen.
Yes.
People forget how high and how good Deshaun Watson was as quarterback.
Right.
So think about this scenario. Deshaun Watson done got married. He's getting healthy. Hopefully he's put a lot of this foolishness behind him. But now that you know this, because of the position that he plays, if Cleveland releases Deshaun Watson and teams do a background check and see that he's married and see that he's had no more foolishness with massage therapists,
Mm-hmm.
somebody gonna give him a chance to play next year.
Yeah, somebody gonna give him a shot.
And if
to
you're
play
Cleveland,
this year, somebody gonna give him a shot to play this year.
Hey man, they may, but for
Right.
sure next year.
Yes.
And you look at all the bad quarterbacking out there, because we're going to talk about what's going on in Indy and some other places.
Right. New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean, New Orleans so bad, bruh. It's making me think I want to go back and play quarterback.
Right.
Dude, they got people in New Orleans playing quarterback that wasn't good in college.
Right.
Spencer Rattler and those guys wasn't good in college. I live in Georgia. I saw South Carolina play. My wife in South Carolina. Come on, bruh. Stop.
It's
Stop
terrible.
Stop fooling yourself thinking you have a quarterback in New Orleans. You don't. But we're going to get to that. If Deshaun Watson is mentally and physically healthy and has put behind him a bunch of that foolishness, you can make the argument that he's better than any quarterback on their roster.
You could.
So, and think about this. Somebody may get themselves a good quarterback, because I think with all the baggage, I think Cleveland would prefer to move on, because he's never lived up to the contract. Then all the baggage. And then I think a year or two ago, some more stuff came out where another woman was suing him or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just foolishness after foolishness. That being said, he didn't kill nobody.
Right.
Somebody's going to give him a look.
He didn't take a knee. As long as you don't take a knee, you good.
Somebody's going to give him a look.
Right.
Right? So Cleveland's a mess. And I blame the coach for this reason. He should have thinned this out by now. Look, you're not going the whole season with Joe Flacco unless Joe Flacco can take you to the playoffs in a deep run. Now, I'm going to ask you this, James, a.k.a. Noddy. Do you think Joe Flacco is going to take the Cleveland Browns, this Cleveland Brown roster, take them on a hell of a run deep into the playoffs?
I don't think he is.
Okay. I don't either. So what are they doing?
They're trying
What?
to,
Dude.
they're trying to win right now.
Okay.
But just because we don't think they are, don't mean
You got
they don't think they are.
You got 3. Look, Nadi, everybody this time of year think they're going to win.
Right.
All right. But let's be reality. Excuse me. Look at your roster and look at the other team's roster.
Okay. Cleveland got
And-
one of the best defenses in football.
Last time I checked, you got to score.
You got to score.
How does that work for Pittsburgh? Last 3-4 years, Pittsburgh had one of the best defenses. How does that work for them?
They made the playoffs.
Did they win? Did they advance?
They were above 500. That's what you.
Did they advance?
If you make
in
the playoffs, you got a shot.
I agree.
But
But-
Russell Wilson was turning the ball over. Cleveland has to not turn the ball over.
Do Cleveland have a great running game?
They have their running game is unknown right now. They got
There you go.
they got some new running
Nick
backs
Chubb
in.
got hurt a couple years ago.
Right.
He's gone.
Right.
We don't know what the offensive line going to look
Right.
like. What about
Now,
receivers?
Ford played well last
who
year.
are they great receivers on the edge?
They're relying on Jerry Judy. I-
Hold up now.
I'm not saying
Now
he's a
you
great
and I
receiver.
did. Now you and I did something.
Mm-hmm.
We went down through the salaries of certain positions. Jerry Judy is in the middle of wide receivers play. I think he's scheduled to make $17 million this year.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jerry Judy.
The highest paid guys is Jamar Chase at 40 something. Jerry Judy ain't gonna get you there. Maybe in college,
I agree.
but not now. So you're looking at a mobile quarterback in Joe Flacco at 40 years old. You don't know what type of offensive line or running game you're gonna have, and your wideouts are suspect.
Yeah,
and
and
if Jerry Judy's your best-
Njoku is a pretty good tight end, and then
Yeah.
you just got the Isaiah Bunn, who they signed to a 3-year fully guaranteed contract because he was, like I said, he was projected to be a first to second round pick at wide
Mhm.
receiver.
I
So
agree.
you signed him.
Oh, that's great. But now we saw the Bengals preseason game last night.
Yes.
They can score.
Yeah,
You
but
ain't
they can't stop nobody.
Yeah, but not it.
They could score
me
last
ask you a
year.
question. Let me
They
ask you a-
couldn't stop a
But let me ask you a
nosebleed.
question. When the last time you saw Cleveland Browns win a game 7-0? Or 3-0?
Until this
Or
year, I haven't
2-0.
really paid much attention to
Okay,
the Cleveland Browns.
But I think if when the last time you saw an NFL game where defense held a team and beat a team 7-0, 3-0,
well,
2-0,
it's not gonna.
it don't happen.
Not now. The league has changed.
The rules make it almost impossible for the defense to shut people out because of the rules, right?
Yeah, but you can stifle them. I mean, look at what Kansas City did last year. Pat Mahomes didn't have a great season.
Pat Mahomes
He
had a terrible
He had his
year
worst
compared
season
to
ever, but they went 15-1
There you go.
because that defense was stout.
But they can score when they needed to.
Yes,
You
they
had Pat Mahomes.
they were scoring at the last
Okay, now
drive.
so
They
now-
were beating teams
now do you-
15-14.
Do you think Joe Flacco can do what Pat Mahomes did offensively? No, not at 40. No,
I don't see
it ain't happening. Cal.
Pat Mahomes didn't play
Okay,
great last
but
year.
my point is this. If Joe Flacco can't take you where you want to go, and you got 2 first-round picks next year, you need to find out, can Shador or Dylan play?
I
And the
agree.
best way to find out, look, I would do this. I would still start Shador for this reason.
I would.
Dylan Gabriel looked deep. 2 turnovers.
I'm
And
not
this
starting
is-
neither one of those guys.
Listen,
Neither
listen.
one of those guys have proved to me they're ready to start in the NFL. I can't go
let me
off
ask you this
one
question.
measly
Okay, let me ask you a
preseason
question.
game.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What if J.J. McCarthy showed you that he should start an NFL season?
JJ McCarthy,
What has J.J.
tell
McCarthy
you.
showed you?
I'm about to tell
He
you.
got hurt last year.
I hear you.
He barely played in the preseason and looked
Okay.
very pedestrian. And look, dude, for all the setups, I think this is the biggest setup in all the NFL, what's going on in Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy didn't throw the ball 30 times.
It
in
don't
college.
matter. He
Hold
was
up.
a
Hold
top
up.
10 pick.
Hold up. Okay, the guy Anthony Richardson was number 4.
Yeah, he flamed out.
And he just
We
got
gonna
beat out.
get on
And he just got beat out by Daniel
We're
Jones.
gonna get today. Okay.
And I want to tell you this.
Sometimes they flame out.
If Daniel Jones was still in Minnesota, Daniel Jones would beat out J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, you know, San Francisco
You know why?
traded up to number 3 to get Trey Lance. And the last pick in the draft was Brock Purdy, who just got paid.
Brock Purdy.
Okay, so they get it wrong all the time.
So basically what you're saying then, these guys that's getting picked in the top first round are the guys that are being wrong. So why do you,
Yes,
you
they
think?
get the wrong
So why
offense.
do we think J.J. McCarthy gonna be any different?
Because I'm just going off how the NFL operates.
Going off-
Historically, he's a top 10 pick.
Yeah,
They don't
he's gonna
draft franchise quarterbacks in the 5th round
Okay,
intentionally.
okay. He's gonna start. He's gonna play. But you're telling me you think J.J. McCarthy is gonna be good? J.J.
I don't
McCarthy
know
was
if he's gonna be good
hold
or
up,
not.
got it. He was average in college.
He won that
Listen, ladies and
championship in
gentlemen.
college.
Jim Harbaugh would not let the boy throw the ball.
You're
Wouldn't
right.
let him throw it. He didn't throw the ball. They ran. Jim Harbaugh is not going to let you throw the ball. Now, there's a reason why. And dude, this is what drives me crazy.
What makes you think Minnesota
Hold up.
just gonna let him throw it all over the field? They got Aaron Jones back there.
Okay. Is that Derrick Henry?
Aaron Jones is a solid running back.
Is it
in
Saquon
the
Barkley?
league. No, nobody's those
Do I
guys.
need to pull up that list and show you where Aaron Jones is getting paid?
We don't.
It's
No,
the reason why he's toward the middle to the bottom. when
because
it
they
comes
don't
to
pay
the best
running
one.
backs.
My point is this. It's a setup. Dude,
I'm not
Okay.
disagreeing with you. I'm
I've
just saying
been
I
here.
understand why they
Hold up.
have to play him.
I've been hearing all my life. If you're developing a quarterback, he needs to sit.
He
needs to
said
learn.
last year.
Okay. But he didn't take reps in practice because he was hurt.
I agree.
So
So
now them
he
guys,
took all the reps this
them
year.
guys that are sitting, they're getting reps, they're getting work. J.J. McCarthy tore his ACL and
Right.
MCL. So he wasn't on the field.
Correct.
He wasn't throwing. He wasn't moving. Yeah, you're watching film, you're getting mental reps,
Mhm.
but you're not playing. And that's another thing. J.J. McCarthy, it ain't like, okay, this is the difference between Shador and J.J. Shador threw the ball 40 times a game in college. Shador had to run around for his life.
Right.
Shador dealt with pressure. J.J. McCarthy at Michigan had an all NFL starting offensive line, had receivers, had a running back. He had everything. He had everything to the point to where Jim Harbaugh said, hand it off. He didn't throw the ball 20 times a game.
Right.
So now you're telling me a guy that they wouldn't let throw in college is going to come to the NFL in a passing league.
The Vikings took him in the top 10.
And I'm telling you, Minnesota
So they
Vikings
got
made a mistake.
They might have did, but they
And
still
they
got
gotta play
to. They
him.
still got to throw him in the 5.
Look, Nada, I agree. They got to put
Now,
him
did
out
they
there.
get it right? They get it wrong. We're gonna
Nah.
see.
Now,
We're
right
gonna
now,
see.
right
He got
now.
Justin Jefferson. He got Addison. He got T.J. Hawkinson. He got the running back.
And what's that mean?
He got weapons around him.
Okay. Hold up. Did Caleb Williams have weapons around him? How did that turn out for the Bears? Didn't they all the experts say Caleb Williams? Dude, this is what people,
I think.
and I'm going to say this, LaShawn McCoy says it all the time. Guys, we're talking about the quarterback position. We're talking about a position that takes years to learn how to play, years to get used to the speed of the game,
Right.
years to throw in anticipation. Think about it.
Mhm.
Think about it. It's hard to
It
play that
is.
position.
Exactly.
Because, dude, you're almost the coordinator. When you get to the line of scrimmage, if you're a young quarterback that don't recognize the defense and don't know what play to get me out of, right? Let's say the defense got the perfect play dialed up. You come to the line of scrimmage and you realize it, but you don't understand the offense enough to get us into another play in time. So we got to run this play. Dude, all that's part of the position.
Right. That's why
Okay.
Joe Flacco starring.
I understand that. But listen, where you going? The biggest thing in Cleveland, and look, man, this is not about the coach. If I was the GM or if I was the owner,
Mhm.
I would tell my GM and coach this. If y'all won't have any plan, any hope of keeping your jobs, we better know what we're going to do with them 2 first-round picks next year at the end of the season.
I agree.
Because, hold up. Because if Joe Flacco plays, okay, I'll give you a scenario. Cleveland have a great year. They make it to the wild card. They get beat in the first round. Joe Flacco throws 29 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. About to turn 41. Then what? You're back at square one.
No, you're not.
Hold up. Let me finish. You got a quarterback now. You made it to the playoffs to the wild card. You got beat. The guy 41. You know you can't keep rolling him out there. You still got Gabriel and Shador.
Right.
You still don't know if they can play. Now you're going to take those 2 first-round picks, depending on where they fall. You may have to trade those 2 first-round picks to move up to, say, get an Archie Manning or somebody.
No, you don't.
Hold up now. Wait.
You can't do that.
Naughty.
Under your scenario, you
Wait a
can't do
minute.
that.
You're not getting the number 1 pick.
What you done under your scenario, it works out. They go to the playoffs. They win. They
And
lose.
you think
They
that's
lose in
good?
the first round. Next year, you're gonna have a real quarterback competition between Gabriel and Shador, and the winner is gonna start.
But this the problem, Naughty.
And you're gonna trade the
Hold
other
up,
one
Naughty.
and get assets
Hold
in return.
You don't know if they can play.
You gonna
Hold
know.
up.
You're gonna have
Hold
an idea.
up. Hold up.
You're gonna have an
Naughty,
idea,
let
a
me
better
tell you-
idea than what you have right
Naughty,
now.
let me tell you something. How many times we've seen the guys in NBA Summer League go out and play well and then get to the regular season
Oh,
and crap the bed?
Summer League is terrible. I don't even watch.
Okay. Now, if you watch NFL games, and I watch, the defenses in preseason are vanilla.
My
They're not
point.
showing you anything. okay?
Right.
So again, we're not overreacting with Dylan, Shador, or Jackson Dart, who's playing well in the preseason.
Play
It
really
looks
good.
easy,
Right.
bruh. You've seen it, and I've seen it.
Mhm.
Go back and look at how Josh Allen struggled his first couple years in the league with turnovers and recognizing defense and all. Look how long it took Lamar Jackson to figure it out.
Right.
Look what he had to go through. Look. Just think about it. Patrick Mahomes was one of the few guys that didn't have to go through all of that because of the talent, the coaching, and the team they put around it. But Patrick Mahomes set the first year.
Right.
He said.
He did.
And Patrick, there is no way you can compare nothing about J.J. McCarthy. And think about this. J.J. McCarthy was a higher pick than Patrick Mahomes.
Right. But J.J. McCarthy, even though he was hurt, he set last year. Pat Mahomes
And
set behind
something-
Alex
And I'm going
Smith.
to go by and look to something you said that you don't even understand that you said it in my living room. Go back and look at the guys that got drafted later. Go back and look at the guys that played on mediocre teams in college. Patrick Mahomes, Texas Tech.
Right.
What did he have? He didn't have as much time. He didn't have the receivers. He didn't have the line. He made do.
Mhm.
Same with Shador. You
Mhm.
can say same thing about Brock Purdy at Iowa State, right?
Right.
But when you go, now think about this. Look at the quarterback in Carolina, how he struggled. Look at Tua, how he struggled. Look at Matt Jones, how he has struggled. Think about something. The guys that went to these big-time programs, these Power 5 schools, the juggernauts, Alabama, Michigan, those type of schools, how has Tua's career turned out?
I mean, he got paid.
I didn't ask you that. How has Tua?
He's a mid-tier quarterback. I put it. I say he's a mid-tier.
So let me ask you this.
Mid-tier quarterbacks make
Let
a
me
lot
ask
of
you
money in the
Let me ask you
NFL.
this. Backups make a lot of money. Let me ask you this. Was Brian Flores wrong for wanting
No.
Justin Herbert?
No, he
instead of
wasn't
Tua?
wrong.
Okay.
But Justin Herbert, to me, is a mid-tier quarterback.
I agree. But he's a mid-tier quarterback that's bigger, strong, and can stay healthy.
Ta-da! And that's what they're looking for. That's why they get it wrong so much, because
I
they're
agree.
always looking for a big arm, big stature, or got a lot of speed.
I agree.
And a lot of times,
And
it's the
that's not
guy
the
that
position.
has.
And now
It's
this
the
is where they make a
Shadors.
mistake. But this is where they make a mistake. They think they can teach those guys the quarterback position on the fly.
Right.
But I go back to this. Lamar Jackson started 2 years at Louisville.
Mhm.
Lamar Jackson had games on
Heisman Trophy winner.
Thank you. That's what people missing the boat at. That's what people. Anthony Richardson didn't get the stars at Florida that Lamar Jackson got at Louisville.
Right.
Anthony Richardson won the Heisman Trophy winner. Anthony Richardson didn't have the college career that Lamar Jackson had.
Correct.
Not even close.
Right.
So they're getting it wrong because, to your point, they're looking at the physical, not the mental.
Right.
Quarterback is just as much as the mental, even more so
Right.
than the physical. Tom Brady was a physical specimen.
No.
Tom Brady can run as fast as he
6th-round
can.
pick.
Think about this. He can run as fast as he can now as he did when he came out.
You're right.
Same body.
Right.
He looks better today
He
than
does.
he did when he played quarterback.
He does. Looks a lot better
He
today.
looks fitter.
Right.
Right? Dude, so to your point, they're looking for the
Right. And Tom Brady was a champion in Michigan. Came in with a high football IQ.
Yeah, but Tom Brady had to grind. Tom
Right.
Brady, dude, he wasn't put in a position where think about it.
Because Drew Bledsoe.
You can make the argument that Tua on the Alabama team was the least talented player and starting on that offense. You can make the argument that offensive linemen,
They had a great offensive line.
wide receivers,
Yes.
running backs,
Okay.
that were better than Tua.
Okay.
That was on
You're
that
right.
Alabama team.
I agree. I agree.
You can make the same. You can think about it, dude. Alabama, Georgia, Michigan. They're beating people because their overall team is so much better. Yeah, they're getting these quarterbacks that's supposed to be number 1 and number 2 and all this stuff. They ain't getting it done. You said something in my living room that I had never thought about. The guys like the Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jacksons, the Brock Purdy's, all those guys that didn't have 5-star recruits all around them, they had to learn how to play.
Yeah.
And they had to learn how to play fast.
I agree.
Make quick decisions.
I agree.
So to me, and you know this, the NFL is more like college than the NFL for this reason.
Yes, it is nowadays.
Everybody in the NFL don't have a great line
Right.
to protect. Everybody in the NFL don't have a great running game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the NFL don't have great wide receivers like Cincinnati does.
Right.
So these guys, think about it. Josh Allen at the small school, when he first got to Buffalo didn't have all this. He had to run around for his life.
Yeah.
You can make the argument the reason the Indianapolis coach went with Anthony Richardson, they understand their deficiencies.
Right. They wanted somebody who can
extend plays and make
plays. Exactly.
And look, Anthony Richardson, I want to give you some advice. Man, don't even sweat this. This might be a blessing in disguise that you and I started. All the pressure's on Daniel Jones, day 1, day 2, day 3. Sit back and continue to learn. If I know anything about Daniel Jones, I can promise you this. He's going to get a job back.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to give it.
It ain't got no choice. Right.
He's going to give it back.
Yes.
Look,
he's going to give it back to you.
You don't get no better situation than what he had in New York. They backed up the Brinks truck and paid Daniel Jones, even though they knew he was mediocre to bad.
Yeah.
This is all you need to know if you're Anthony Richardson. Tommy DeVito beat you out in New York. What's his name? Tommy DeVito?
Daniel Jones' record as a starting quarterback, 24
and
wins
44
and 45 losses. One of the worst all time.
So I'm going to say this. Anthony Richardson, just keep working. Keep working on your accuracy. Keep working on reading the defense. Keep working on being a pocket quarterback.
Right.
I promise you. And you're not going to have to sit long. I'm going to say 5 games. It wouldn't shock me if they went to Anthony Richardson by 3rd game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because they're going to play him. Because if Daniel Jones struggle, you're going to go to Anthony Richardson.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made a deal for another quarterback.
And I wouldn't, look, if I was the coach, I wouldn't give up on Daniel Jones quite yet. I like Anthony Richardson. I like what Jim Harbaugh did with the kid. You just mentioned Trey Lance. Jim Harbaugh brought him in. He's going to let him play a lot in the preseason. He's going to work with him. Because this is what Jim Harbaugh understands. 17 games, at some point, my quarterback going to get knocked out of the game.
Right.
Or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3. Bro, it's the law of averages.
Right.
Nobody in this league, no matter what position, is going to play 17 games every year for the next 10 years. It ain't happening, Captain.
It's
so
rare.
What Jim Harbaugh understands is, if I can get Trey Lance, because this is the thing, every time Trey Lance drop back, you don't know if he's going to throw it or run. And if he's my backup, I saw a guy say this. If he plays 2 games, I just need him to win 1.
Right.
If he played 4, can he get me 2?
Yeah.
If he plays 6, can he get me 3? Right? I just need him to hold down the fort and keep us around 500 until the cavalry comes back.
Correct.
He can do that. He's done the job. I believe Trey Lance, I believe Anthony Richardson, they're going to be able to do that. Anthony Richardson is not ready because if you look at, he got hurt, which cost him time. Same thing with J.J. McCarthy. So I like what Indy's doing. Look.
If you like what Indy doing, then you got to like what Cleveland
I like
doing.
it from this standpoint of Daniel Jones is not going to be their starter.
Right.
They're not, look.
You know Flacco not going to be the starter.
No.
He's a statue. He can't move and improvise. We know this. I personally like Shador. I'm telling you what I personally like.
He looks,
but I understand
Dylan
how
Gabriel
these
is just too little for me.
Right.
And we've seen in the history. And okay, unless Dylan Gabriel is Russell Wilson in his youth or Drew Brees in his youth, if he one of those two guys, I roll with you. Chances are he's not. Right. If you bet it.
But
I can't roll with no 5'9" quarterback.
And you seen Doug Flutie. You seen these guys.
They struggled.
But
they struggled. They're too little.
But they won football games. And at the end of the day, it's about winning football games.
Drew Brees is the only one that size that won your championship.
Russell Wilson got 2 championships.
Russell Wilson got 1.
Well, I mean, he went to 2 Super Bowls.
He got 1.
Then they should have ran the ball. But they handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
That's the coach.
He got 2.
There you go. That ain't Russell Wilson.
Right.
That's Pete Carroll.
Right.
Okay. But my point is this. Does he look like he's going to be better than those 3 guys?
It's too early. I didn't see this from Russell Wilson coming out of North Carolina State, then Wisconsin.
But let me ask you.
I didn't see it.
But let me ask you this.
Pete Carroll saw it in practice, and they had just signed a guy, Matt Flynn, gave him a buttload of money, and then he saw Russell Wilson, and he was like, you know what? I'm starting Russell Wilson.
What have been the reports that came out of Cleveland? Reports, it wasn't that Dylan Gabriel was lighting it up every day.
No, it's not.
Struggled.
No, it's not those. I agree.
And people can. And
I'm not vouching for Dylan Gabriel though.
And just another thing that drives me crazy. He turned the ball over in the preseason game.
Yeah, but all turnovers aren't created equal.
Do they not count as turnovers?
Yeah, they count as turnovers. But come on, we saw Deontay Johnson not run the route right. I mean, he shouldn't have threw it, of course, and he got to clean that up. But Dylan Gabriel looked good in the preseason.
But let me ask you
the
this.
game he played.
Was that decision making? Yeah.
Yes, that's decision making. I agree.
Okay. But it's amazing to me, Doc, when Dylan Gabriel makes a bad decision, turn the ball over, it's not that big a deal. Anybody else, Shador would have turned it over. They went right back. Dude, who was better? Who had a better college career, Shador or Dylan Gabriel?
Dylan Gabriel. They made the playoffs.
Was Dylan Gabriel?
They beat good teams. Shador didn't beat any good teams in college.
Dylan Gabriel.
I'm just telling you who had a better career. Dylan Gabriel broke records in college.
I thought Shador had a better college career throwing the ball. He was a better quality. To me, he's a better pro prospect.
I think so too. But I'm just saying in college.
Okay.
Dylan Gabriel had an excellent college career.
If they listen you at 5'10", you 5'8". You know that, Nadi. I don't see. Look, man. I just don't see a world where 5'8", 5'9" quarterbacks gonna be successful, consistent.
But you saw it.
I saw it in Drew Brees and Russell Wilson.
Right, and Doug Flutie wasn't a slouch either. He played well.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Now that's not the norm. But guess what? Jarrett Stidham.
Who?
Exactly. He's in the league. He's 6'5". Okay. But can you win football games or can you not win football games?
I agree. That's the thing. But it's also not okay. When I talk to parents and their kids basketball, when these parents send me videos of 5'8" and 5'9" point guards, and the guy can play, you know what I send them back? Name me all the 5'9" point guards in the NBA.
It's not happening.
I don't own a team.
It's
I
not
don't
happening.
make decisions. Name them.
In today's basketball, it's not happening.
I'm gonna go back further into history. Tyner Archibald, Muggsy Bogues,
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson.
I remember Earl Borkins. Earl Borkins was a baller. He can go get you buckets.
Okay. So we named 4. Who else?
Muggsy Bogues. They were solid.
5.
That was then though. That was a different league. Nowadays you can't. They're not.
How about now?
You got to be long now. You got to be. Everybody got to be.
Hello.
NBA is operating off length.
So this is what I tell parents that. So again, unless you got AI type talent, a tiny Archibald type talent, it just ain't gonna work. The NFL is getting to the same thing. The NFL want big. They want athletic. Why? But let me tell you why. The defensive ends running 4.6 40s. 4.7.
Brock Purdy is short. Just got paid.
We're gonna find out what Brock Purdy can do. Now they don't have all pros around.
I mean,
we're gonna find out.
But that's what you're supposed to do as a franchise. You're supposed to build around your quarterback.
You know how I feel about these quarterbacks and all of them.
Right.
I'm even gonna say Patrick Mahomes. None of them should be making $60 million. There's not a quarterback. Okay, show me a quarterback that can still be good without a good offensive line.
There's not one in the league. Maybe
What?
Lamar, but that's it.
What? Hold up. They're the best. You just tell me what they need blocking for. They can run.
I agree with you.
They can leap tall buildings in a single bounce. Okay?
I agree with you.
Name me a quarterback in the NFL that's good without a star receiver, a number one receiver.
It's very few.
Name them.
Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
Hold up.
Josh Allen.
Oh, wait. What kind of year did Patrick Mahomes have throwing the ball last year?
He had his worst season last year statistically.
And why? Because he didn't have a star receiver, right?
Right.
He didn't have a guy like Tyreek Evans that can stretch the field, which made everybody else better.
Right.
Okay. So as a matter of fact, think about this. He didn't even make the Pro Bowl.
Right. But Josh Allen won MVP.
Wait. Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Who team lost 2 games, went 15-1 or 15.
They went 15-1 in the regular season.
15-1. Did not make the Pro Bowl. Went all pro.
No.
Okay. So again, I keep telling you players, y'all let these agents set y'all up. Y'all let Lee Steinberg put together this quarterback club and fill in the owners and general managers and coaches that the quarterback position is the most important, where we've seen quarterbacks with mediocre to bad talent win Super Bowls. Name it. Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
What's the guy in
Tampa Bay had a great defense.
Yep. Okay. Who else won a Super Bowl?
Trent Dilfer. All-time great defense. Baltimore Ravens.
Who was the backup quarterback in Philly that won the Super Bowl?
That was Nick Foles.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he put up big numbers too.
Yeah. But after that, the year after that, couldn't do nothing.
No, he's good as a backup.
Nick couldn't do diddly.
He's only good as a backup.
Dude, so we've seen it.
Right.
We've seen it. So you're putting too much money in that position.
Right.
Think about it. You're putting too much money. Let me tell you something, man. I believe this, and I say this all the time. You give me a decent quarterback. If you had Dak Prescott and was paying Dak Prescott $40 million, which what he should be making, and now you had still the best offensive line,
right?
Running game,
yes,
a defense, Michael Parsons and others. Look how Dallas would look now.
Yeah, you have a perfect example of that right now with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts is top 10. He's 10th or 11th in quarterback pay.
Right.
But by paying Jalen Hurts at number 10 or 11, you were able to resign Carter. You was able to take care of Saquon. You was able to take care of Brown. You was able to take care of the other receivers. Devontae Smith. You were able,
and you got a tight end Goddard.
You were able to take care of all your key players.
Yes.
All of them happy and paid. Why? Because you didn't overpay your quarterback.
Got Lane Johnson out there to tackle. Yeah, I agree. That's most teams.
Now let me ask you this. Name all the quarterbacks in this sum at their salary more than Jalen Hurts that you would take over Jalen Hurts. You take Pat.
Yeah, I'll take
You would
Pat.
probably take Josh Allen.
Lamar.
You'll take Lamar. Anybody after that?
It's not too many quarterbacks I'll take after that.
Okay, so would you take Purdy over him?
No.
He makes more?
No, I wouldn't take Purdy over.
Who else makes more than?
It's a lot of quarterbacks that make more than, but I wouldn't take them over.
So it's only 3 quarterbacks that you would take over Jalen Hurts.
Right.
And Jalen Hurts is on the pay scale of quarterbacks 10 or 11.
Right.
That's my point.
That's
my point.
I agree.
Is Jalen Hurts a great thrower of the ball? No.
Well, like you told me.
Hold up. Jalen Hurts.
He's decent. He's not terrible.
No, but he's average. He's an average passer.
He's an average passer.
Okay,
I agree.
But he can run. He can extend plays.
He's an average runner.
So what it tells me is,
but he's a gamer.
Go get me a quarterback. Let me get me a quarterback. I'm gonna make this statement. If Lamar Jackson made $45 million instead of what he's making, Baltimore might have a Super Bowl.
They might.
If Josh Allen wasn't making what he was making, Buffalo may have a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Lamar might have a Super Bowl if he didn't turn the ball over in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Just don't turn the ball over twice.
But my point is this. It seems to me, the least you ask of the quarterback, the better chance you have of winning.
Yeah, but you know how professional sports work, especially football. The owners are in the game to make money. So the players are in the game to make money. Most owners, when they're trying to win a championship, they like to do it with a young quarterback before he gets paid.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson with the Seattle.
They can build around him.
But Russell Wilson went to those Super Bowls before he got paid.
So what does it tell you? Once you pay your star quarterback, you can't win a Super Bowl.
It's tough.
It's
tough
hard
to win. Yes.
Okay. So why are you overpaying these guys?
Because they sell tickets.
Look, man.
And at the end of the day, the owners want to make a profit.
Where they going?
More than they want to win.
Let me ask you a question. If I max out the quarterback salary at $45 million, where they going? It'll be a line outside my door for $45 million. Right. Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Bruh, $45 million to play 16, 17 games? Stop.
Right. But I mean, I agree that you should be able to get whatever you can get. Whatever your market value says you are, that's what you should be able to get.
Now, I'm telling you right now, if I was owner of a team, look at me carefully. If it ain't Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson, we ain't even having a conversation.
Well, wait till Jaden Daniels come available and see what Washington do.
Okay, if Jaden Daniels continue on this trajectory, that's another conversation.
Right.
But if Jaden Daniels level off, and I realize that Jaden Daniels need a great offensive line, we're going to find out. Jaden Daniels' number one receiver is not in camp right now.
Correct.
If they start the season without him and Washington struggles, you know what it tells me? Jaden Daniels, like all the rest of them, if he don't have his right supporting cast, he ain't no good.
Yeah, they number one running back ain't in camp either. They trying to trade him. So
yeah, they mad at him because think about this.
Want to get paid.
Hold up. We'll talk about it. I hear the music right now because I want to get my thoughts. We'll take a break right now. We're going to Bills. Listen to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Be right back with more stuff.
All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Welcome back to In the Game. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, don't forget every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Raw Side of Things with Sir Bam Bam gives you an interesting look in today's events and what's going on around the world. He puts a nice, funny spin on it. So that's 1 p.m., the Raw Side of Things with Sir Bam Bam on In the Game Network every Monday. All right, now let's tie this up in a little bow. Listen, I'm not going to change where I feel about these quarterbacks are getting over, they're overpaid based on all the things they need around them to be successful. But I will say this. I think what Cleveland is doing right now is a mistake. I think all their energy and effort should be into deciding about those two young players. And to your point, you better decide soon, because Deshaun Watson may be coming back at some point. And it's really going to be ugly. They're going to have to cut and waive some people.
I don't see how they're going to be able to keep 4 to 5 quarterbacks on their roster. Football, you need an extra cornerback, an extra lineman. Guys get hurt in the NFL.
All the time.
Another linebacker. You can't carry 3 guys that you know are not going to play.
That's not going to play.
It makes no sense at all.
None at all. I agree with you.
I understand them going with. I understand the ideology of them going with Flacco. But I like Shador. I like Shador myself.
I don't for this reason. Joe Flacco is not going to be on your roster next year. He's not even going to be on your team.
Right.
Unless you win the Super Bowl.
He might not be in the league.
Thank you. The chance of that happening is slim enough. Even if Joe Flacco took the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl, they watch what they would do. It'll still be a hard contract to do. Because how do you pay a guy who just won a Super Bowl that's 41 years old?
Right.
What type of contract do you structure? There you go. So either way, they're in trouble. That's why to me, if I know Kenny Pickett is not the answer, I would go on and move Kenny Pickett. I would stay with the 3 quarterbacks. I would keep Joe Flacco as an emergency starter and a guy that can help mentor those 2 young guys. And I would let Shador and Dylan Gabriel battle it out every single day in practice in the game, because I got to know going into the draft next year, do I need a quarterback?
I agree, but this my whole thing. And you can attest to this a little bit better than me. After hearing Myles Garrett speak on Sunday, I realized Kevin Stefanski did what he did so he won't lose the locker room. Kevin Stefanski is on the hot seat. He got to win now.
He can't win now, bro.
But he got to try to pull a rabbit out the hat.
It ain't happening because David Copperfield is now on the team. Let me tell you what would save his job. If the Cleveland Browns know for sure in next year's draft, do they need a quarterback or not? That's what's going to save his job. If he could develop Gabriel or Shador Sanders, or if he could prove that neither one of them should be the franchise quarterback, then that's a huge plus. But I need to know one way or the other. To me, this ain't about him pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
I'm saying
and going to the AFC championship game. That ain't happening.
If this was his first year as head coach, I would agree with you. But at this stage, the pressure that the owner is putting on them, and you don't want to lose that locker room. Myles Garrett want to have an opportunity. Even if you're tricking them.
You're not tricking them. Okay, we just said, even if Joe Flacco plays great and lead them to a deep playoff run, he's still 41. He's going to be 41.
Oh, I agree.
So nothing's going to change.
It'll buy you time to develop these other quarterbacks.
It's not going to buy you time. Because, again, now you're in the worst position. Because now you got 2 first-round picks, and you got Dylan, and you got Shador sitting over there, made with Deshaun Watson, and you still don't know if you got a quarterback. You got it. Look, man.
You got to cut bait on Deshaun.
Look.
We got to cut bait, Deshaun. I'm sorry.
They may.
We got to eat that.
Well, to me, you only eat it if you know you got your quarterback.
I agree. So they got 6 weeks. They have 6 weeks to find out what they got.
Thank you. So play the young boys. Look, man, I know who Joe Flacco is.
Right.
Look, Myles Garrett just got his contract redone again.
But that's the thing. We know what Joe Flacco is. We don't know what these other quarterbacks are.
So you're telling me a Joe Flacco-led team at 40 years old that's compromised offensively is going to beat Lamar, Patrick, Josh, Herbert. Who else in the AFC? That's good.
Houston is pretty good.
Yeah.
You're
going to beat those teams. I don't think so, Captain. It ain't happening.
Well, I'm just saying the defense.
Pittsburgh.
The defense is good enough that if they don't turn the ball over on offense, they'll be in every game.
Is the defense Chicago Bears defense good? When they had Mike Singletary and all those boys?
I mean, those are all-time great defenses.
Well, the only way they're going to win the Super Bowl. Hold up. Then the only way they're going to win the Super Bowl is have an all-time great defense.
I'm not saying win the Super Bowl. I'm saying have a chance to win week in and week out.
Okay.
That's it.
To me, winning in the NFL, if you can't compete, go deep in the playoffs, or win a Super Bowl. Winning to me is knowing that you have a quarterback. And now what you need to do to build around him, to give him the best chance. If you don't have that figured out, you don't have nothing. Because
I agree.
if you don't, I don't care how good your team is. If you don't have a quarterback, next year you're going right into the draft for a quarterback. You're going to keep, look, man, I read somewhere NFL executive said this, and we're going to close out and go to another topic. He said, you keep drafting quarterbacks till you get it right. That's what he said. Because until you get one, you ain't winning.
You ain't winning. You're right.
He said, all these people that, you can't. Listen to me carefully. You keep drafting quarterbacks till you get one that can play. Because until you get one that can play, you ain't winning nothing.
Yeah.
You're just not.
But we both know they don't draft. They draft franchise quarterbacks in the first round.
All I'm going to say now is this. If you don't know that your quarterback is on your roster next year in your Cleveland, that's when you get fired.
Right.
If the Cleveland Browns owner don't know who his quarterback, or if he got the right quarterback on his roster at the end of this season, I'm firing the GM, I'm firing the coach, I'm firing everybody. Because to me, I look at Coach Stefanski like I look at the coach in New York, the Giants.
Dayball.
I like Dayball. He's a good coach.
He's a good coach too.
He's a good coordinator. I think he knows what he's doing.
Me too.
Has he had some bad breaks? Yeah.
He had Daniel Jones.
Exactly. I feel the same thing about Stefanski. If Deshaun Watson would have worked out,
right?
Because that guy got one Coach of the Year.
Right.
People forget that he can coach.
Yeah.
And his specialty is offense. But bruh, if I ain't got no quarterback, I don't have no offense.
I can't win.
That's all I'm saying, man. So look, things are still working out in Cleveland. They got some time to shake things out. But to your point, Nadi, having 4 or 5 quarterbacks on the roster is not going to work. I don't think you're going to go far and too deep with a 40-year-old quarterback and Joe Flacco. And I think if Cleveland don't figure this out with Gabriel and Shador at some point, and they have to go into next year needing a quarterback because they didn't find out what those two guys can do, then everybody should be fired.
I agree.
That's just my point. If nothing else this year, you need to know if you have a quarterback, and if you don't, start figuring out where you're going to land, because this is another problem. Don't mess around and win too many games. Don't mess around and win 7, 8 games. Now you done lost the number 1 pick. Now, see, you don't understand what's going on. You got all these things. This year, this season can set the Cleveland Browns up for the next 10 years if they manage this right. If they manage this right. If they don't win think about this scenario. Let's say Gabriel or Shador gets to play and one unproved, they could be a starting quarterback.
Uh-huh.
But yet you win 5 games and you get the
right.
And you get the number 1 pick.
Okay.
If I got the number 1 pick and I got 2 first-round picks and all this other draft assets, and I know I got my quarterback on a rookie contract, whether he was a 3rd rounder or a 5th rounder, bruh,
I can go get me another DN. Right.
I can go get whatever. Not only that, I can trade that pick, move down, and go get 2 young other good players.
Right.
Go and now get 2 or 3 more draft picks. I can come out of the draft with 11 or 12 quality players that I can influx into my roster, get rid of all the bad stuff, and now I'm ready to roll.
Right.
If I don't have to take a quarterback. Or if I do, and we win 5 or 6 games, and we got number 1 pick, everything is still there for me. I can take a quarterback. I still got another 1st-round pick I could trade to add, get more assets. Naughty. The problem, this is the thing. If you're Cleveland, you can't win too much this year.
Well, they didn't put themselves in this position.
No.
By drafting a quarterback in the 3rd round and then drafting Shador in the 5th round.
But listen,
they put themselves in position.
You put yourself in position to find out if you got a quarterback on your roster so you don't have to burn
Okay,
one of those
so I got to
first-round
play
picks
both
next
of
year.
them?
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Okay, Naughty.
I hear you. I just wanted to get
let me ask you a question.
Idea on that.
But let me ask you a question. Why would you not play him? Do you think Joe Flacco taking them to the Super Bowl?
No.
Do you think Joe Flacco taking them to the AFC Championship game?
I don't think so.
Do you think the best that Joe Flacco could do is to get a wild card berth?
If he's healthy the whole season, that's it. I don't even think he's gonna last the whole season.
Okay. So my point is this: what are you doing?
I'm giving it 8 games.
Okay,
max.
let me ask you a question. Would you date a woman if you're looking for a wife? Would you date a woman that you know ain't no chance in hell I'm gonna ever marry?
Yes.
And you're looking for a wife.
Oh, am I looking for what? No.
You're looking for a wife.
Not if I'm looking for a wife.
You're gonna spend your time and energy and money.
Not if I'm looking for a wife.
Woman, courting a woman, taking her out on trip, spending time with her.
No.
And you're looking for a wife, and you know that's the same thing, people. They already know Joe Flacco is not gonna be their wife.
Right.
The Cleveland Browns are not marrying Joe.
You're right.
No circumstances. Not ever.
You're right. But Stefanski done been married twice.
So again, so why am I even wasting my time?
He looking for his third wife. So
That's
until then, he gonna mess with the freak for now.
So this is my point. You better mess with Shadua and Gabriel and find out if you got.
So he need to date 2 people right now and find out which one of them is the wife. I got you.
That's the job this year. And let me tell you this: if I'm the owner, if he just handles this right, I bring him back for this reason.
Right.
Even if Shadua and Gabriel are not the answers, I know.
Right. At least
so now I know what I got
some clarity.
I got Naughty. Look, man, you
I can
can't
go back
put together a plan until you know what you got to do with the plan.
I agree.
And if I know I got to go get me a quarterback, then I'm going to position myself and not win too many games because I want that number 1 pick.
I can't disagree with that philosophy.
Dude, if you're not, look, man, Wayne Emery used to tell me this my first year as a coach. Man, I want to win bad. And he would say to me, he said, Coach, all right, let me ask you a question. Tell me the difference between winning 27 games and winning 21 games. Like there's 6 wins. He said, no, tell me the difference. Because I had never thought that far. He said, Coach, let me tell you the difference. If you win 27 games, you may end up with the 6th pick, 7th pick. If you win 21 games, you may get 1, 2, or 3. Look at the draft if you're drafting 1, 2, or 3, and look at the draft if you're drafting 7, 8, or 9, and tell me where you'd rather draft. I'd rather draft 1, 2, and 3. What are the difference of those 6 wins go do for your resume? Are those 6, is 27 wins compared to 21 gonna keep your job? No. Let me tell you what's gonna keep your job. If you get 21 wins and got the number 1 pick, and now you know I don't need a point guard because I had some young guys and I let them play. I don't need this position because I had some young guys and I let them play and prove it on the court. So now going into the draft, my general manager know exactly what we need.
Right.
If we got what we need, he know to use that pick and trade it to bring more assets. You find out all of that by letting the young boys play. I got to let Gabriel and Shadua play because Joe Flacco, I'm not going to marry him. I don't care how big a freak he is. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care if she can cook and clean. She 40.
Right.
I can't have no kids with a 40-year-old.
Right.
All right. I need me a 22, 23, 24-year-old.
Right.
So no matter what she does and how good she do it to me or how she makes me feel, I can't take her home as my wife. I can't wife her.
I got you.
So if that's the case, my mama would say, well, what you bring her home for, boy? Why are you wasting that woman time?
Somebody got to get her. Okay. Somebody got to hit that right.
Well, my point is this, though, Nadi. Then go on and play or spend your time with someone that you want to marry, that you may possibly marry.
I can't disagree with that.
Look, man, we got to go on to something else. Look,
we got a new segment. It's called Shoot It or Pass It.
All right, now, hold up. Now, you told me about this in our meeting, but I purposely told you, don't give me the scenarios. I want to hear this for the first time. So it's called Shoot It or Pass It. If I like it, I'm going to shoot it, right?
Right.
If I don't like it, I'm going to hit you with the no-look pass.
You're going to hit him with the no-look pass.
All right, now give me the first topic.
Well, let's get the first one we're going to do is Trey Hendrickson. The Cincinnati Bengals exploring trade options.
Now, that's that scenario. Trey Hendricks led the league in sacks.
17 sacks, yes.
Outplayed his contract.
Yes.
And just went back in and got an extension.
Right.
And now the money don't went. And he's scheduled to make $16 million this year, right?
Right.
A lot less than Michael Parsons.
Yes. When you look at the team pressure shares leaders last year, Trey Hendrickson was number 1 with 32.2%. Myles Garrett was number 2 at 27%.
Based on the numbers, Trey Hendrickson has been a better player than Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett just got paid. Myles Garrett didn't have to even complain about getting paid. All he said was, I want a new contract.
Well, he did threaten
He threatened him, but he didn't have to go to this extent.
No.
All right.
No.
So this is my thing. And Cincinnati's talking about trading him.
Yes. Do you shoot it and trade him, or do you pass it and say, no, we got to bring him back?
If I was the Bengals, I would probably trade him for this reason. Their defense is awful. They're still going to be bad with him. Look, Cincinnati has put themselves in a position where every night they got to outscore people. They got to get 35-40. One guy can make your defense better, but bruh, I'm just going to double up on him. I'm going to chip him. I'm going to do this. You know,
they did that last year.
Did they make the playoff?
No.
So this is what.
So you're not gonna make.
Hold up, though. This is what Cincinnati thinking, and this is what the Cowboys thinking. Why are we gonna pay these guys $42 million, and we didn't win nothing with them?
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with your point. I'm just saying, if you were that bad with Trey Hendrickson, think about how bad you're gonna be without him. Considering you didn't get anything on defense anyway to make your defense better.
You're gonna be bad anyway. You're gonna be awful.
They were losing games 41-38, 37-35.
Hold up, bro. If you didn't, but this is my thing. They doubled down on the offense. The money they gave T. Higgins, they could have went out and signed other defensive players.
Yeah.
They could have went deep into the draft, all defenders. Right. They could have did a lot of things. But what Cincinnati said, they're putting all their money on the offensive side of the ball. So if you're doing that, put it all. Because one guy, look, man.
They did.
But one guy is not going to make that big a difference.
Right.
So if I'm Cincinnati, and I'm going to say this, and I'm a Cowboys fan, I would probably trade Michael Parsons and Trey Hendricks to see could I get a couple young players and another pick. Now, this is the problem.
That's what they're trying to do.
Now, this is the problem. Everybody say you go into the draft and you want to draft those impact players.
Right.
And that's great. But, dude, again, I don't know if I would have paid Myles Garrett. We didn't even make the playoffs and had you on the team last year, and you did what you did.
They didn't have a quarterback.
Okay.
Anytime they have
defense, that's my point.
Last time they had Joe Flacco, they made the playoffs.
But that's my point.
That's why they.
And that's what Cincinnati is saying. We had you last year. You led the league in sacks. You led the league in the highest percentage over Myles Garrett and putting pressure on the quarterback. In the entire league, they didn't make the playoffs.
Let me move to Angel Reese.
What did them 17 sacks do for Cincinnati?
They didn't make the playoffs.
That's why Cincinnati. Same thing with the Cowboys.
Right.
What did Michael Parsons do?
Yeah, but they didn't have a quarterback. But you're right. He had 12 sacks, but that's not enough. It didn't impact winning and losing. I understand why Jerry don't want to pay Michael Parsons.
And I understand why Cincinnati don't want to pay Trey.
I do. I understand why they don't want to pay him. Right.
Dude, look, man. If I got a great offense, all I need is just a good defense. If Trey paying him $42 million is still going to make me bad, why don't I trade him? Get me a couple young other defenders at other positions that are weak. Maybe get me 2 draft picks, a third and a second. Go into the draft with the other 2 young players. Now, by trading Trey, I come out with 4 young players.
If you can do that.
Well, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah,
if you can't do that, you're not doing your job.
You can't force a trade. You can only say he's up for trading. This is what we want.
Well, I'm saying though,
because that's what they're telling teams. They're telling teams they want a young player and they want a draft pick.
Yeah,
but teams are like, I'm not doing that for Trey Henderson.
And then turn around and pay $42 million.
Well, you probably can get it for 37.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's still 37.
Yeah. He got to get paid.
Okay, but that's my point. And that's why it's going to be hard. You want a young player, you want a high draft pick, and yet I got to turn around and pay him $38 million.
Right. It's not going to happen. Cap. Right, I agree. It's not happening.
So, look, man, those guys may not play.
Right.
Micah Parsons don't have a choice.
No, he don't have a choice.
He's scheduled to make $24 million this year. Yeah. Now, look, bro, it ain't 42, but it ain't 10 either.
I got a feeling
Micah Parsons, 42,
right,
24. And then if they franchise him, that jumps all the way up because it's got to be around the league average of that position. So Micah Parsons may jump all the way like 35 next year.
I got a feeling Jared Jones going to play hardball with him because Jared Jones understands you got to play this year because you're under contract. I can franchise you next year, and I can franchise you the year after that.
If he don't play, no, he's still at the same status as he was. You're not knocking off years.
Right, you don't get this year.
So Micah Parsons got to play. Or Micah Parsons could do this. He could say, do a shorter term deal. So let's say Micah Parsons say, let's do a 3-year, we do a 5-year extension, but only 2 years is guaranteed. And guarantee me 40.
Jerry ain't fooling with Micah Parsons right now.
If I'm Micah Parsons, and then in 2 years, and then I would say this, let that put me in position to be an unrestricted free agent.
Only thing Micah Parsons can actually do, which it won't work, is just say my back hurt and don't play, but I'm still here, and I'm gonna get my $24 million, but I'm injured. I can't. It's hard to diagnose a back injury.
I do that,
but other than that, Jerry, all the leverage is with Jerry Jones.
If I'm Micah Parsons, I would consider that because this is what teams look at. They would hate if you didn't play a year. They'll hate it worse if you played a year and got hurt.
Right.
Am I right?
You're correct.
Dude, I would pay Micah Parsons. If Micah Parsons sits out a year, I wouldn't like it. But it ain't like he's a quarterback where you get off rhythm and you didn't throw. I'm a defensive player.
Right.
Dude, I can work out, lift, get stronger, stay flexible. I can do drills. I don't get to beat. I'm not getting beat up.
Right.
So, look, I think Jared has all the leverage. But if I'm Micah Parsons, hey, man, just doing a workout, say you hurt your back.
Right, I feel you.
But the number one thing he's got to do, he's got to get those years counted towards his service.
Yeah.
So he can start knocking them years off.
Right.
And put Jerry in position, man, look. But see, now this is the point now. This is going on so long now that if you sign the guy, he got to start playing to get hurt.
It's not good. It's not good.
If you were Micah Parsons, what would you do? If you was his agent, what would you tell him?
I don't know what his agent would tell him, but if I were Micah Parsons, I'd go play.
You're still gonna play for $24 million?
My contract says I got $24 million. I got teammates that relying on me.
Dude, he signed a contract. That's the deal.
Right. I'm gonna play.
And
I'm gonna honor that contract.
And this is the thing. The team don't have to redo it.
They don't.
So
the NFLPA has done their players a major disservice, especially when it comes to the franchise tag. Next time we go to the table for the CBA, we got to review this franchise tag situation. Right. We got to get rid of that.
See, now that this is the problem. It sounds good because for that year you get paid.
Yeah.
Like if Micah Parsons gets franchised next year, that number could be $34, $35 million.
Be the top five, the average of the top 5 players at that position. Right.
But
just for that 1 year.
But I'm going to give you a lesson. In the history of the NFL, last time I checked, it may be different now. You know the guy who had made the most money? Darrelle Revis. Pull it up.
What you mean? The most money as far as?
Put it in his pocket.
Oh, okay.
Because what he would do is he would sign that 1-year deal for that top 5 money.
Mm-hmm.
He do it every year.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Kirk Cousins did.
Hold on. And guess what else he found out? Even when he got hurt and missed some games, the next year somebody still paid him.
Yeah.
Why? Everybody get hurt in the NFL.
Exactly.
It depends on the injury.
Right.
A severely sprained ankle is not the same as a torn ACL.
Right. Sometimes you got to bet on yourself.
Say it again.
Got to bet on yourself.
Say it again.
Kirk Cousins did it. He bet on himself with Washington. They franchised him 2 years. They let him go. He signed the first fully guaranteed contract as an NFL player with the Minnesota Vikings.
Deshaun Watson did.
No, he was before Deshaun Watson. Yeah. He went to Minnesota.
Think about that. So my point is this. You said it. If Micah Parsons said, okay, you want to play this way? I get 24 this year. I'm on the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, you got to franchise tag me.
Yeah.
I get 30-something. The following year, you want to franchise tag me again? I get 40-something.
Right.
So now in the last 3 years, I would have made 24, let's say 35. 35 and 24 is what? 9?
35 and 24? That's 59.
59. Then add another, let's say that number for that third franchise tag, second franchise tag. Let's just say 40.
Right.
So now you're at $89 million.
Mm-hmm.
You would have made $89 million in 3 years.
In 3 years. Yeah, that's good money. And I'm a free agent now.
You're 29.
Yes.
Or 28, and you're a total free agent.
Yeah. And when you're free agent, that means you're free. That means you can go get.
I can go.
Now I got 3-4 teams.
And teams don't have to worry about trading. Don't have to worry about this.
Right.
That's what Darrelle Revis did.
That's what you do.
If a team don't want to do a 5-year deal, you go to a team and say, okay, I'll tell you what you do. Give me a 2-year deal, $80 million, guarantee it all.
Right.
Now, in 5 years, you would have made 80 plus
160,
170 million.
Right, $170 million.
In 5 years.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Dude, this is what I found. What Darrelle Revis figured out. As long as the owners or the GMs think they got the best deal in their pocket, they'll pay you whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They'll pay you.
Right.
As long as they think they got the advantage. Darrelle Revis figured this out. I'm Darrelle Revis. So what if I miss 5 games? They still gonna pay me.
Right.
I'm still the best cornerback. Micah Parsons. You still top 3 pass rusher. Right. Somebody gonna pay you.
Somebody gonna give you some bread.
Sprain your ankle.
Right.
So out of 17 games, I played 14. Somebody gonna pay me 35, 40 million.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Parsons could walk out of there in 6-7 years and have made $240 million. And people be like, whoa.
Right.
Real money.
Real money.
That's like, to your point, Kirk Cousins and Darrelle Revis did the same thing.
Right.
Bro, there's a lot of ways to skin the cat.
It is. It is.
And you never heard owners complain about Darrelle Revis' contract.
Right.
Never heard owners complain about Kirk Cousins.
Right.
Packers just gave him $100 million, and Kirk Cousins got $89 or $90 million up front from the Falcons for 1 year.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And go get 27 this year.
Yeah.
Sitting on the bench.
Exactly.
And guess what? After this year, he'll be 39.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody signed it.
Yeah.
Somebody give Kirk Cousins another 2-year deal for $60 million and $30 million a year. Come on.
Exactly. Look at the landscape. Right. Let me
Kirk Cousins gonna walk out the NFL and made $500 million.
Right.
And never had a 5-year deal for $250 million like some of the other guys.
Correct.
There's a lot of ways.
And he got his money guaranteed.
Got his money. A lot of ways. There's a lot of ways Michael Parsons could skin the cat.
Yeah.
I would go to jail and say, okay, I'm gonna play it out.
Right.
You gonna franchise tag me? I'm gonna hit you over the head for about $90 million in the next 3 years. And then I'll hit somebody else over the head for another $100 million. And then I'll walk away.
Right. And if I'm dinged up in there, I'm sitting out. I'm not playing hurt.
I ain't playing hurt.
Right. It's easy.
See, that's another thing what Darrelle Revis would do. If it was game 12, and he was dinged up, I can't go.
I can't go.
And the reason I can't go, next year I'm a free agent again.
Right.
And hold up.
Right.
Y'all put yourself in this position. I didn't.
Right.
By not giving me a longer deal with more guarantees, y'all put me in position to where I'm nicked up. I got to set this one out.
Right.
So it's on y'all. This ain't on me.
Right.
Darrelle Revis did that. And guess what happened the next year? Somebody
paid him.
Come on, bro.
Let me move to this next topic.
Okay.
I showed you the picture of
So I'm passing. I'm passing on that first one. I ain't signing them.
You ain't signing them. I got you.
And I would probably say the same thing on certain quarterbacks.
Okay. Well, I got Angel Reese got a new shoe out. The Reebok. I showed you the new shoe she got.
Nice shoe.
She says she wants these shoes to be like Jordans. She don't want them to be basketball shoes. She wants people to be able to wear these shoes
like a style,
no matter where they go.
I like that. I like the shoe, but my question is, how many men is gonna wear a shoe that's designed for women by a woman?
I think back in your day and in my day,
wouldn't happen.
They wouldn't happen. But in today's kids,
well, you got men carrying.
They're wearing dresses now, right? They're wearing skirts.
NBA players. I've seen Jay Will for OKC with a big old bag. LeBron,
right?
Dude, now I'm gonna go. Look, I ain't rolling with the man bag.
I ain't rolling with the man bag either.
My wife, them same bags my wife got.
Right.
They look the same to my wife.
Right.
It's the same bag she got. Now, they can flaunt it, they can spin it however they want.
Right.
I ain't rolling with
But you got a lot of men basketball players now. They'll wear the Asia Wilsons. They'll wear the Enescu shoes. They wear women basketball shoes in the game.
Them knock themselves out.
So these new guys and new kids, they different from when we came up.
All I can tell you is I have a son that's playing high-level basketball, and he will not be wearing those shoes, women's shoes. It ain't happening, Captain.
I feel
it ain't happening.
So you pass it.
Hey, my daughters, my wife, my mother.
Oh yeah,
wear them all day long.
They're very stylish. I'm pretty sure they're comfortable.
Sam Mitchell ain't wearing no women's shoes. Those are women's shoes.
I feel you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So it ain't happening, Captain. Also, I want to talk about this. What do you think about their contract negotiation? Do you think are they missing the boat?
Yeah, of course they're missing the boat. They're delusional. They just turned down.
You just said they turned down. They will up their salaries to what?
They will up their salaries between $250,000 and $1 million.
Now they're making $7.
They said that was a slap in the face.
Ooh. So hold up. How many games is a WNBA season? Like 30 something? Pull it up. How many was it? 40 games a year? How many games WNBA season make? Pull up how many games they play. How many games? Dude, you don't know how to use your Google?
Yeah, I do know how to use my Google.
Let me.
You like to talking to yours. I don't like to talking to mine.
It's called technology.
I know. It's 44 regular season games.
Okay. So now, when you look at ticket sales, look at TV revenue, how much it costs to go into a WNBA game. They're not getting 18, 19,000 consistently. And the ticket sales are a lot less expensive than NBA games.
Yeah, and the highest salary is for a player right now is $252,000. That's the highest salary.
And who is that?
That's Jackie Young.
It should be Asia Wilson.
Kelsey Mitchell of the Indiana Fever also has a base salary of almost $250,000.
And Caitlin Clark had to come in on a rookie scale, right?
Right.
So, okay, so you got a couple of women making, so they want to make the base pay $250,000 and anywhere in between up to $1 million.
Up to $1 million. So now instead of $250,000 being the max, which is where they at now, $1 million would be your top
Well, let me
players.
tell you where they messed up at. And the owners have to blame themselves for this. What did the owners in Las Vegas do with the coach when they hired the coach? They paid her what? $1 million.
Right.
What's the name again?
That's Becky Hammons. Right. She came from San Antonio.
Now, you pay a coach more than the highest paid player and the best player in your league. A coach. That's why the women are saying poo-poo to the $1 million. Because they're saying, hold up. Show me in the NBA, did Pat Riley ever make more than LeBron James?
Right.
Did Pat Riley ever make more than Magic?
No.
Did Larry Brown make more than AI?
No, but you do have coaches that get paid more than the bottom tier players.
Did any other coaches make more than the top players? No. Not even in the same class.
Phoenix Mercury coach also gets $1.2 million.
Okay. You see my point. So now you see why the players are saying no. Because again, how many championships has the coach at Phoenix Mercury won? None. So how you gonna pay a coach more than you pay Asia Wilson? And then you're gonna turn around and tell Asia Wilson, the top money you can make is $1 million when you got two coaches already making that.
Right.
That's the problem. So they did that to
Wait a minute.
themselves.
The league is losing money every year.
I understand that. So how can you justify paying the coach more than you pay the players? Because last time I checked, coaches don't play. How many rebounds did Becca Hammers get last year?
Didn't get any.
Assists.
Didn't get any.
Okay. What's their record this year? Almost 500.
Right.
So where's that $1 million being one of the highest paid coaches ever gotten yet?
Well, they have one. She has led them
won a
to championship. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But where's that getting you right now?
I mean,
let me ask you this. How many players you think are happy right now when they're doing all the work out there, getting their butt self beat up and the coach making 3 to 4 times more than them?
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, even with that, I think $250,000 up to $1 million, I think that's a good deal for the WNBA players.
Look, I would normally agree with you based on where the league is and where the revenues are. But you screwed yourself when you paid 2 coaches over $1 million. So you can't tell me Aja Wilson can only make what the coach makes. I'm better than the coach. Let me ask you a question.
I agree. I agree with that.
Who gets fired first, the player or the coach?
The coach.
Who gets fired second, the player or the coach?
The coach. But
okay. Well, explain to me why you're paying the coach 3 times, 4 times more than the players.
But I think it's different because we're trying to equate women's basketball to men's basketball.
I'm not.
Women's.
No, I'm not.
Okay, the women's aren't.
Let's get.
They aren't as durable as
the women. Never gonna play 82 game season.
You're right, but they're not even gonna play 44.
They're not gonna play.
Caitlin Clark been hurt the whole season.
They're not gonna
Angel
play.
Reese hurt.
Hold up, and they're not gonna play 48 minutes.
Right.
Okay. I'm with you with all that, but this is my point. You shouldn't have never paid. If you would have paid the coaches $500,750,000, then come back and say the highest paid player is gonna be at $1 million, that's a different conversation.
I hear
but
what
you
you're
done
saying.
already went down that road.
Yeah.
So the players are sitting there saying, wait a minute. If you got $1 million to pay coaches, then you got to start right there with the players.
I'm not disagreeing.
Now, I'm agreeing with you. I don't see the money there to go. Look, you can't even think about paying the players what the NBA players are making.
No.
The TV contract, the revenue at the gate, all the streams of revenue, the overseas money, all that's factored in. It's not even a conversation.
It's not.
But it would have been a conversation, and I think that's a good starting point. $250 to $1 million. But I think because you put the coaches at $1 million, I think
you only got 2 coaches at $1 million though.
But those 2 coaches make more than any player. Think about this. They make more.
They're gonna be there every game.
They make $750,000 more than the best player.
Yes, but they're gonna be there every game. You don't have to worry about the coach missing games because the coach got pregnant.
You don't have to worry about the coach getting a rebound because they can't rebound.
I just think the dynamics is different.
Let me ask you. Okay, you're an owner. Let me ask you this: you rather have the best coach in the league or the best player in the league?
I'd rather have the best player in the league.
Wow. Hold up. You're telling me you can have Phil Jackson or you can have Shaq. Who would you rather take?
I'm taking Shaq.
Hold up. You can get Dwayne Wade or LeBron James or Michael Jordan in their prime, or you can have Pat Riley. Who you taking?
I'm taking Michael Jordan in his prime.
Hold up.
Even though I know coaching matters now.
I know I'm a coach.
Coaching matters.
I know it, man. Hold up. Red Auerbach. Would you rather have Larry Bird in his prime or Red Auerbach as your coach?
I'd rather have Larry Bird.
Oh, wow. Let me ask you this then. Would you rather have the best team on paper and a mediocre coach? Or you rather have a mediocre team and the best coach?
That's a tricky situation.
No, it ain't.
Because I want to
win. Let me tell you what the mediocre coach can do. Mediocre coaches win championships.
They do?
If they got the best team.
Okay.
If they got the best team.
All right.
Okay.
Because I've seen some good things. I've seen some good things fire coaches because.
Let's go down the list. Look at some of the coaches who recently won championships.
Okay, let's look
Mike Budenholzer.
Great coach, in my opinion.
Who's he coaching for right now?
He's not. He just got out of a bad situation in Phoenix where they don't know what they doing in the front office.
Okay, then. But if you're the best coach, it don't matter what you got. You can have a dysfunctional team. You can have mediocre players.
No. You can't.
Wait.
You can't do that.
I agree. But hold up, though. You just said you better have the coach.
I didn't say I'd rather have the coach. I said that's a tricky situation. Keep going further.
Frank Vogel, good coach.
I think he's a solid coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Championship winning coach.
Okay. Is he assistant coach or head coach right now?
Assistant coach right now. Yeah, because Phoenix don't know what they were doing again.
Naughty.
He didn't somebody.
Hold up.
Those are perfect situations. What you talking about?
Budenholzer had Kevin Durant.
Okay, so
hold up. Dude, you like my wife. Whenever y'all don't want to hear the truth, y'all start running y'all mouth.
I want to hear the truth. I know who they had.
Hold up. Had Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Devin Booker.
Yeah.
Hold up. Now, you may think much of Bradley Beal, but I think you think a lot of Kevin Durant.
I like Bradley Beal.
Okay. With them three players, you would think you can make the play in. Oh. You're telling me.
Fans would think that way.
You're telling me. No, the owner thought that too.
Yeah, the owner is a fan. That's the problem.
The general manager thought that.
The general manager took orders from the owner. Before the owner got there, the general manager was really making basketball decisions. We talking about James Jones.
The other players thought that.
Yeah, because this KD, but KD ain't playing the defense that you need.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
And he the third option.
So let me ask you this. Should there at least been a play-in?
I can't disagree with they should at least been the play-in. With the talent that they have. They should at least been able to outscore people.
Okay. That's my point. That's my point, Nadi. That's my point. When you're talking about all this stuff. Look, I'm a coach. And coaches matters. But the reason coaches get fired before players, because we don't play.
Right. I agree.
At the end of the day, Sam Mitchell don't get to shoot a shot.
Right.
At the end of the day, Sam don't get to get a rebound. Phil Jackson, none of them. So at the end of the day, it's about the players, man.
It is about the players. I agree.
And again, going back to the WNBA, where they messed up was started paying the coaches before they paid the players. So now the players are sitting there saying, why should we take a floor when you're paying coaches? There's not a coach in the WNBA. Okay, let me ask you this. As any owner in the WNBA, would you rather have your coach or Asia Wilson?
That's would be an interesting question that I would like to know. I would think they would want to have Asia Wilson.
Naughty.
But they paid the coach $1 million. So they actions are saying otherwise.
Let me ask you a question. In Vegas, when they talk about the team and they do advertising and they do marketing, do they say come out and watch the coach?
No, they got.
Or do they say come watch?
And all them other girls up there.
Even the girls on the back end of the bench.
Right. Right.
Why? Because the coach don't play. The worst player on your roster is better than the coach because the coach don't play.
Yeah, but the coach has some importance though. I don't want to.
Don't get me wrong. I was a coach. I was NBA coach of the year. I understand the importance of coaching matters, especially in the playoffs. But what I also understand is I don't give a damn who you think you are as a coach. So, if you ain't got no Jimmys and Joes or no James and Jones, your ass ain't winning.
So pretty much you're saying, and I agree with you, that you have a better opportunity to reach higher potential with a good team and a mediocre coach as opposed to having a great coach and a mediocre team.
Absolutely.
I agree.
All day long.
I agree.
Because sometimes as a mediocre coach, just sit there and shut up. Don't do nothing stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Now think about how many coaches in the history of basketball and football that went great. Hold up. Troy Aikman will tell you this. Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl. Listen to Troy Aikman talk about that year. It was horrible. Troy Aikman talks about he did all the coaching, the screaming, and hollering. He would go to Barry and go off on Barry. And Barry would look at him and say, Troy, just calm down. And guess what? What would Barry tell Troy? We're going to win because we got the best what?
Team.
Now, hold up now. Barry Switzer, who won national championships.
Wait a minute, that team was already built. That was Jimmy Johnson team, though.
Of course, but Barry Switzer said, all I got to do is here.
All he got to do is not screw it up.
Don't do something stupid by opening my mouth.
Right, just don't screw it up.
So Troy Aikman said, Barry wouldn't even yell at nobody. Players come late to practice. Bear wouldn't say nothing.
Right.
Players missing assignments, Bear wouldn't say nothing. And when Troy would go into Bear's Switzer office, yelling and screaming and throwing things, Bear would let Troy go off and say, Troy, hold up, man. We got the best team. So we're going to win.
Yeah.
So
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Best team.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
So all I got to do is don't say something stupid.
Right.
Don't do something stupid.
Right.
Be seen but not heard. It won a Super Bowl.
I agree.
In a league that where people say is harder than anything to win. Football. Because of the parity.
Right.
Because of the way salaries are structured.
Right.
Not the NBA. Not Major League Baseball. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We can go down the list and talk about some more.
No, it ain't that many.
Not a lot.
Not that many. Right.
Not a lot. I had a better team than coach.
Right.
Okay.
You'll never find a situation where you got a great coach and a mediocre team and they won.
Thank you.
I agree.
There you go. So look, we got to take a break.
Larry Brown tried.
How did it work? It worked.
They got to the finals.
Got to the finals.
That's it.
There you go. But didn't have enough to beat the Lakers.
No, you didn't.
Hold up. Got to the finals and got what?
Well, they won a game.
They won a game, but had gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, gentleman's
sweep. 4-1.
sweep.
Okay,
right.
Look. We got to take a break now. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You listen to End the Game on your host, Sam Mitchell. We'll be right back with more stuff.
All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in right now to hear what the coach.
Welcome back to End the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam, who takes an interesting look on life, daily things. Now, before we close this show out, look, and I don't like taking shots at people, but we've just kind of understood coaches matter. And I'm a coach.
Right.
But if you don't have the Jimmys and Joes and the Jack and the James and Jill, it ain't happening for you, Captain. Now, not saying you can't steal a game. Not saying you can't steal a series. But to win a championship?
Mm-hmm. It's just, me coming up, I saw Dale Harris at the Lakers team. They was okay. They bring Phil Jackson in next year. You three-peat.
Yeah.
I seen Michael Jordan play under Collins. Didn't do much.
But he didn't have Pippen.
Yeah.
Didn't have,
right. I mean, a lot changed. The roster changed now. Don't get me wrong. The roster changed
now.
But
yeah. But it's but look at the players you
brought.
But
he didn't win nothing without Phil Jackson. Ever.
No.
So I mean, I just
and Phil Jackson has always won, had 2 superstars.
Yes. Yes.
He had to think about something. When Kobe and Shaq was winning in the LA, you can make the argument that at times Kobe was the best player in the league, even
Right.
better than LeBron.
Right. And I think
or Shaq.
I think Eric Spoelstra is a good coach.
Yeah.
And that Miami team that he took to the championship, 3-4 years ago against Denver, that was a mediocre team.
I agree.
But his coaching got him
there.
to the NBA Finals.
But when he won his championship,
he had them dogs.
Shaq and Dwayne.
Yeah.
And he had LeBron,
Right.
Ray Allen, Dwayne Wade,
Right.
Chris Bosh. That's my point.
Right.
Name a team that won a championship with mediocre talent.
I agree. Well,
name one.
With mediocre talent, I can't name a team that won a championship. It's a players' league. And which brings me to this. The Golden State Warriors, all their best players, Butler, Curry, and Green, they're all over the age of 32 years old.
Shoot, more than that, 35,
right?
Aren't they?
Yeah, I'm saying over 32. They're over 32.
But I think they're over 35.
Can 3 players over the age of 30 be serious contenders in the West?
No. You know why? Now that we saw it. Last year, all the teams that was contenders and made deep runs were young teams with young stars. The old heads can't, bruh. Steve Kerr did about as good a job as you could managing Steph Curry minutes. Steph Curry, winning or losing, Steph Curry didn't play for 32 minutes regular season. Steve Kerr was like, I'm not doing it. What happened to Steph Curry deep in the playoffs?
Got hurt.
Wow. Got hurt.
Right.
Nadi, you can do a lot of things, but you can't coach around age.
I mean, I remember back in the day, the older teams were the teams that were winning. Now, the
but the older players, it was not, but the game was different.
Right.
The game was slowed down more.
More physical.
It was more physical. It was more specialized. Right. When I played in the 80s and 90s, in the playoffs, especially finals, it was rare to get a game in the hundreds. We used to have a joke that the first team in the 90s was going to win. Because the way the game was played, it was half-court basketball execution.
Right.
Right? A lot of two-man game. 3-man lifted. A lot of 3-man game, 2-man lifted. Right? So the game was played different. In today's game, where it's running up and down the court, setting screens, shooting threes, doing all this, a lot more movement.
Yeah.
Guys could play more minutes because the game wasn't played at the pace.
Right.
So what we found is, in today's game, you got to be young. Okay, who won championship this past year?
OKC. Youngest team.
Come on. So you're telling me now we're going to go from the youngest team winning the championship to the oldest. It ain't happening.
No, the landscape can change. I mean, like you say, back then, in the playoffs, teams were only going 7, maybe 8 at the most deep.
Teams now, going 10, 11 deep now.
You got to go 10 deep if you want to play at the pace that Indiana Pacers play and OKC play.
That's my point, now.
Right. So with that being said, just give me your thoughts. What should Golden State do?
Well, you just paid. They gotta run it back and play it out and do this. Hope and pray. That's all they can do, Nadi. That's it. That's all they can do. All they can do is hope and pray that somebody don't get hurt. And we already know what the odds of that are.
Right.
Steve Kerr is the best at managing minutes and wear and tear on guys' body. But not at some point when the playoffs come, you got to take the bubble wrap off.
Right.
When the playoffs come and you're playing every other day, that's the schedule.
Right.
The game is more physical. The game slows down.
Right.
It is what it is. So, again, I don't put a lot of stock into these teams loading up with old players because what we've seen is the old players can't make it through the season. And then come playoff time, when you got to put that load on their body, it breaks down. So, no, I don't think they're going to win.
Right.
Look, now, we had a great show. Yeah, we spent a lot of topics. Always, I'm not hating on anybody. I'm not hating on. Look, I love what the WNBA represents. I love the opportunity for the women. But they gotta sit down and have some serious meetings. They gotta really take a look at the finances, where the investment is going, where the future is going, and before they start making some of these outlandish comments that they're making. And remember, the owners have yet to make any money off that league. So just keep that in thought. I want the ladies to get paid, but just keep all those things in thought. Look, man, we had a great show today. Remember, don't hate the game. Don't hate yourself. Don't even hate the players. Figure out how to play the game and play it better. You've been Listen to Sam Mitchell in the game. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button every Monday at 1 o'clock. The raw side of things for Sir Bam Bam. I had a great time today. Great show. Looking forward to it. We'll be back with you this Thursday for In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell, and take it easy or any kind of way you can get it.